Number 10 is keeping a dead savings account. Now, as you're working to save this money, as you have the savings account, certain banks are going to pay you higher interest rates than others. And if you're going to keep your money in a savings account, you might as well get some interest on that savings. Now, when most people think about getting some interest on their savings, they're generally thinking about putting their money into a certificate of deposit, a CD, where your money is locked up for 6 months or 6 years or something like that. But what I'm talking about is a higher interest savings account where you can access and pull your money out whenever you want. The bank is FDIC insured, but you're getting some more interest on that savings just for putting that money into a high interest savings account. So if you have this money right here, you have the savings money sitting somewhere, great, you have some savings. Now again, you don't want to be touching the savings every single day. This is your emergency savings. But you might as well get some interest on the savings. So look at some high interest savings accounts that you can use that are going to be paying you higher interest rates. Like at the time of recording this video, it is not uncommon to find a high interest savings account that's FDIC insured, where you can pull your money out whenever you want, that's paying 4 to 5% a year in interest, just for you keeping your cash in there. Again, it's not a CD, it's a savings account. Yes, it is FDIC insured. Use some best judgment. Make sure it looks like a legitimate bank, not some random sketchy site on the internet. Use your best judgment, but there are higher interest savings accounts out there that can help you with this. Number 11 is you're just YOLOing or making emotional investments. Now remember, the way you really make money is by investing your money. Investing in money is not something you do for 6 months. It's something you're doing for years, if not decades, where you're holding on to good investments for the long term. Well, now because of a lot of these internet communities, it's very easy to hear about the next hot stock, the next popular company, the next meme stock, the next whatever it might be. And so it's very easy to kind of get excited and emotional behind this new stock market rally that's going to happen. And this can create a lot of FOMO, this feel of missing out, which can create this idea of, oh my God, if I don't buy this stock, I'm going to use the ability to make all this money and everybody else is going to make a lot of money. But if you really want to make money in the markets as a long-term investor, you got to get away from the emotion, and you cannot be one of these YOLO investors that's just reading the online forums, that's just throwing their money into the next hot stock based off of what's trending in the news. I want you to understand what's happening in the news so you can be a more financially educated investor, but I don't want you to just throw your money around into random places. Be a financially educated investor, not somebody that's just buying high and selling low, making everybody else rich. Now, if you're wondering how to be more financially educated and an investor, well, my team at Briefs Media has an amazing newsletter called Market Briefs, where every day my team is working to break down what's happening in things like the economy, the housing market, the stock market, the crypto market, and the global economy into a fun, witty, and easy to read newsletter. It's completely free, and you can read Market Briefs in less than 5 minutes every morning. So if you'd like to join Market Briefs for free, all you gotta do is click the link down in the description below, or you can go to briefs.co/market. That's briefs.co/market. And now let's move on to number 12. You worry too much about what other people think. Whether your goal is just to be financially free, to be incredibly wealthy, to build a business, what's going to happen along the way is people are going to criticize your choices. If you just want to be financially free, that means you might have to sacrifice your car, maybe downsize your home, maybe you don't go to Cancun this year, maybe that means you stop going out on Friday nights, maybe you eat out at less fancy restaurants for a little while, because remember, you need to have a little bit more money in your pocket to pay down your debts and to start investing and to build your foundation. And in that foundational phase, you got to make some sacrifices. And people are going to look at you like you're weird, like you're the crazy one, like you lost your mind, and like you have financial issues because you're the one that's no longer spending money. When in reality, the people that have the financial issues are the ones that are spending all their money. But most people don't understand that. And they're going to start questioning why you're not showing off all the nice stuff on Instagram anymore. And they're going to think that something is wrong with you. And maybe they'll start criticizing you. Maybe they'll start making fun of you. And this can be hard because it's a lot of pressure, especially when that's your friend circle of just spending money, blowing money, living life, YOLO. And then you want to start doing different things. Well, that friend circle is not going to understand why you're doing different things. They might criticize you. They might judge you when you start building that wealth for yourself. They might not understand it. But this is where you got to remember, why are you doing what you're doing? Who are you doing this for? And what is your goal? And are the things that you're doing today going to get you closer to that goal? If your goal is to be wealthy, if your goal is to be financially free, blowing all your money at the club on Friday, blowing all your money at Benihana's Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, it's not going to help you get there. Now, sure, if you want to go out and have that fun, fine. But make sure you can afford it first. And if you have credit card debt, if you don't have any investments, and you have all these expensive things, well, your priorities are in the wrong place. And this is where now you got to understand that this criticism, hate, judgment is going to be at every aspect of what you do, especially if you're trying to do big things. If you want to start a business, you want to get on YouTube, guess what? People are going to judge you, they're going to criticize you, they're going to hate you, they're going to write about you, they're going to talk about you, because that's what people do. People like judging others. People like criticizing others. Why? Well, generally because they're insecure about something about themselves. But this is what people do. Now, what you want to do is let them judge, let them criticize, and you just do your own thing. Give them a better reason to want to judge you, criticize you, and hate you. Number 13 is you own your assets in your own name. Now, this one's really about having the right legal protection for you, and I'll give you a quick example of this. So you might know that I invest in real estate. Well, I actually don't own any real estate myself. Like I, Jaspreet Singh, own 0 properties to my name. And the reason why is because I own properties under what is known as an LLC or an entity. So what does that mean? These are supposed to be windows. I am Jaspreet Singh. I'm right here. I'm gonna draw me a nice mustache and a nice beard and a nice turban. That's my rudimentary drawing. This is me right here. I don't own this property directly. I own this LLC which owns this property. Now the reason why this is important is because now if somebody slips and falls in this property because, I don't know, the bathtub was too slippery when the water was on, which, true story, and then they claim that because the homeowner is negligent to make the bathtub so slippery when the water is on, we should be given compensation because of the negligent homeowner. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this example is because this is a completely true story. One of my property entities, my LLCs, was sued because a tenant claimed that the bathtub was too slippery when the water was on. Now, long story short, it turns out that they actually slipped at a friend's barbecue and were trying to claim that it happened in the bathtub and they were trying to get this free money. But this is where you want to have the right LLC and the right insurances here, because if they won, the most they can get is what the homeowner actually owns. Now remember, the homeowner of this property is not me. The homeowner of this property is the LLC, which owns the property. And if the only thing this LLC owns is this property, then the most they can take is this property. And this is a type of legal protection now to shield your personal assets, your own personal home, your own personal car, your personal bank accounts, and all your personal assets from these types of lawsuits. Now, of course, in addition to having LLC, you want to make sure you have your insurances, like your landlord's insurance, to protect you, because that insurance will help fight the case for you. But as your last line of defense, you want to own your assets outside of your own name, because that way, well, you're shielding your personal assets as well. Now, of course, a little disclaimer, I am a licensed attorney, but I'm not your attorney, so if you have specific legal questions, talk to a legal advisor in your area. If you enjoyed this clip and you want to continue your financial education journey, I have another video that I think you'll love. All you gotta do is click that button right over there. And for those of you who want to stay up to date on the top finance and business news, you can join Market Briefs, my free financial newsletter, by clicking that button below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.